Before this video begins, if my editing looks more different than usual, it's just because I'm using another editing software than CapCut that you're going to see right here. I don't know if I'm going to use this editing software to phone notes or I'm going to still use CapCut. A lot of stuff they use are pretty similar, but besides a couple animations and yeah. Anyways, enjoy this video. I've been playing a lot of Regulation H recently, more than basically any other regulation ever. It's due to a lot of reasons, but you know, I actually made that video, but I kind of scrapped it because I think it was just me yapping about petty stuff or stuff that I could have just solved, but I didn't. But you know, I decided, you know, not solve it right away. So I substituted it for a more relevant topic, and people are still talking about it to this day for recent reasons. Upon the release of Regulation H, there was a Pokemon that stand out towards the usual Pokemon that usually thrives in these type of formats, and that is Sneasler. In the most recent regulation, at the time of recording this, Sneasler had a 44% usage rate, and the number one most used Pokemon in that regional, and in Pikalytics, or at least, you know, the resources I see, is the 9th most used Pokemon in there, with the top being Goldengo. I'm still debating in my head whether the best Pokemon in the format is still Goldengo, Rillaboom, or Sneasler. I'm still kind of leaning on Goldengo because Goldengo is such an insane Pokemon. But recently, Sneasler is getting more and more in that conversation of being being the best Pokemon in the Regulation H format. And it's to a point where Sneasler is in conversations with Urshifu. So why is that? Why is Sneasler, for what reason, getting compared to Urshifu? Well, there are a couple reasons. Before we get there, let's just talk about Sneasler for a second. Before Regulation H, I don't really see that much Sneasler, if at all. I feel like a lot of players at the very top just see it as more of a gimmick and nothing really else. Even though, to me, I played Sneasler in Regulation D. It was actually kind of decent, but you know, there was just Pokemon out there that was just a bit too much for it. Such as Floramain, Chimpao, Chi-Yu, like there were a lot of other Pokemon. So Sneasler, with being grouped up with a lot of just powerful Pokemon, just cannot keep up, and it's been like this since its lifetime being available Pokemon. Until Regulation H. So what makes Sneasler has its reputation as it has? Well, first of all, it's fast. Like, one more faster Pokemon in the game. Well, not the fastest, that being Electrode, which doesn't really see that many usage, and Dragapult. It gets faster. I mean, it could get faster with Unburden, make it one of the fastest Pokemon, period. Combined speed and with this 130 attack, and not that many, and a lot of the more bulky Pokemon out of the meta game, Sneasler can just do whatever it wants with just either close combat or poison move. If there's Goldengos, well, throw Chops there and Terra Dark for extra security. What makes Sneasler stand out to the other Pokemon is Dire Claw. What Dire Claw does is, how can I say this nicely? It makes the Pokemon 50% have a 50% chance to sleep, paralyze, or poison once it gets hit by that move. It's an 80 base power move with 100% accuracy, same as Poison Jab. This move, it is by far one of the most uncompetitive shit out there, and I'm just baffled as to how this was even giving the green light to the people who you know make some moves in the game, especially for a Pokemon like this Arceus move, where there were a lot of moves that were transferred into into this game, where either A, they're like tweaked out, or reworked, such as Wave Crash being double edged flare blitz, where in Pokemon Legends Arceus it was a bit different. I think Dialcloud's only change was it being put to sleep. Because I think in the Pokemon Legends Arceus game, the game Caesar was in, the sass move was I believe drowsiness, which should have been in the game, or at least more should have been in the game due for more healthier statuses, but yeah. So how does this compare to Urshifu? Well, for starters, they both have 130 base attack. They're also a fire type, so those are two similarities right off the bat. And in my opinion, they're pretty eerie to play against, but for different reasons. Sneasler is just a gap. Sneasler's just, I'm just praying that I don't get sleep or paralyzed. Urshifu is just raw damage. Like it's just either, it's raw damage and me feeling that I protect, thinking that Urshifu will not hit that slot, or do it just go all in. Urshifu, in my opinion, is one of the most insane Pokemon that Game Freak has released, mainly due to its ability Unseen Fist, where it bypasses Protect with its contact moves. And Urshifu usually wants contact moves like Close Combat, Searching Strikes, Aqua Jet, and sometimes U-Turn, Poison Jab, and some other stuff. They're all contact moves. The only non-contact move that I see Urshifu use sometimes is Rock Slide, but I don't think that's relevant. And because of this, and this 130 attack, same attack as Sneasler, and this pretty awkward speed, but it's fast enough to hit it with a Choice Scarf or with a Choice Band. No, I don't think there's any other fire type that can come close to even compete with Urshifu. Like why one other fire types where you could just run Urshifu? And I'm just covering the surface of what makes Urshifu such a broken Pokemon. If you want to see why Urshifu is such a broken Pokemon in full detail, or in full depth, there's some videos out there. Yeah. Which brings us to this topic right here, which is Sneasler versus Urshifu. I only have this topic in mind until this tweet that you're seeing right here.
How anyone can think Urshifu is a more fair Pokemon than Sneasler is beyond me. Covert Cloak stops all of Sneasler's bullshit. Nothing saves you from Urshifu.
And thinking upon these two, not even close. Sneasler is bullshit in a regulation, just one regulation. Urshifu is bullshit in mega regulations and many metas, to the point where if Urshifu is in a meta, it is never going to be bad. Like, it's generally at best it's going to be a pretty good Pokemon. While Sneasler isn't really, while being available since Regulation D, doesn't really have the results it put in Regulation H. While Urshifu has been putting LeBron numbers since the Sword and Seal era and has yet to stop. Also, there's some ways to combat Sneasler's bullshit, the limited, such as Covert Cloak, Lumberry, and Tailwind, plus another Pokemon that's faster than the Sneasler that can probably take it out. Even though they're not that many Pokemon that are faster than Sneasler, and if they are, they're either not that good, or they don't hit as hard enough to KO Sneasler off the bat. In Urshifu's case, you just gotta deal with it, no matter what. Even more so that it soft blocks Protect. And soft blocking Protect is one of the most important moves in VGC history. What makes Urshifu such an unbalanced Pokemon. Whereas in Regulation H, there are a couple of Water and Fire Pokemon, but they don't even come close as to matching the slot of Urshifu. However, though, it is worth to mention the upsides of Urshifu's healthiness compared to Sneasler, even though some of those are just minority. With the biggest one being, Urshifu doesn't really have an RNG factor when it comes to his gameplay. Matter of fact, its moves, Surging Strikes, quits almost all the time, besides Shell Armor or some other crazy abilities. So it's doing similar damage like almost every single time. Versus Sneasler, if they click Dark Claw, you have to play for the ass to either A, get that sleep, para, or poison, or B, it'll just do nothing. It'll just be a poison jab, but just have more stash conditions. And for the fairness, people will know that if Urshifu is set in, they know that either A, it's over, or B, they try their best, counter Urshifu's bullshit, because Urshifu's bullshit doesn't have that RNG factor, but it's just pure damage, and you have to act right way. Like you cannot protect it to that thing. And I think that's all I have for this discussion. If you want to have your 2 cents in, please let me know in the comments below. This is Fool's Reporter, and I'm out of here. Peace.